Hey guys, today we are talking about reintroducing predators into the wild. I need to get the light on. I will be right back because I'm running slow today. Okay, I think I'm more or less ready to do this. I think I just want to grab a couple of things. Then we're going to get started. Okay, so in the United States, we have animals that we consider to be large predators. Most of them are just that. They're large predators. And most people would be right in recognizing those predators as being exactly what I said they are, large predators. In the 1800s and before, not so much among the Native American people, but among those of us who unfortunately are farmers or ranchers, realize that, hey, this is not a good mix. People and predators. When we came over from Europe, we brought some of our, I'm going to use the word prejudices against wildlife with us. We were afraid of wolves and bears. We didn't have, they wouldn't have had big cats. I think the largest big cat that they have in Europe would have been something like a lynx. Previously, in some areas of Europe, they would have had lions. But the lions, by that point, I believe, had been basically wiped out. So when people came to America, they didn't want to put up with predators. And so sometimes they would put bounties on them. So you might get so much money for the pelt of a wolf. So we wiped them out. Animals like the mountain lion. We would have had mountain lions here in Indiana. We have had black bear. Black bear was basically wiped out of Indiana, although we have had some move into the area. The wolf would have been a predator that would have been here, but we wiped it out. I don't think we had grizzly bears in Indiana, but we don't have them anymore. Arizona, New Mexico, maybe parts of California would have had jaguar, probably Texas, maybe. I don't remember the exact historical range, but I will look that up. Would have had jaguar. Maybe one or two pop up every once in a while. Lynx. Probably not in Indiana, but definitely Michigan. And of course, Coyote. Coyote, unfortunately, fortunately, whatever you want to say, has been moving east and has become established in many cities across the United States. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I can't decide for you. It would be impossible for me to do so. By the way, if you're here, say hi, because I may not see you. Necessarily. But what I wanted to see yeah, so black bear we don't have black bears in Indiana, Illinois, Ohio. There would have been black bear at one time. Unfortunately, we no longer have them because they have been wiped out, which does bring problems. It pushes white-tailed deer populations. They, in order to maintain their herds, we have to hunt them. And we don't necessarily hunt the ones that would have been prey. Predators tend to they tend to remove the animals that need to be removed. They were the original population control for these animals and other animals. So now, in some areas, we are seeing a shift in some of our ideologies as a nation. Maybe not everybody agrees with it, but some people might. Mountain lions as a whole have sort of a weird existence, sort of a weird map. If you look at their range, there aren't populations basically east of the Rockies, except in parts of Texas, parts of Louisiana, up into Arkansas. I believe it's Arkansas, and a section of Florida. Those areas, they have mountain lion. I'm back. Mountain lions do and have killed people. But it's I want to say it's rare. It definitely has happened. People aren't usually on the scope of prey items. Animals can be opportunist. They may take other prey, such as, sheep. They need that prey. They need to have their native food. If they don't have that, they are going to scavenge. They're going to go after prey that is easy to catch, i.e., they might go after herds. That sort of stuff, when we talk about reintroduction of animals, they take that into consideration. So if you're going to reintroduce wolves, into an area, you're going to look at how much land is available for the wolf, because packs need space. Animals, remember, they have those needs. They need space to live, they need water, and they need food. So those things they need. Plus, if you're gonna have a pack, you're setting up breeding numbers. You can't have animals that are closely related in order to set that pack up, because you don't want to inbreed. Inbreeding causes as many problems for animals as it does for people. I don't have access to my Chromebook to look up facts, so I'm doing my best here. The jaguar here in the United States is considered to be of least concern as far as the economy goes, because obviously there isn't enough of them to take prey items. The lynx, I don't know how much of an economic importance it is. This guy, if it were to be reintroduced, it would be an issue in some areas. They are a predator. That has been known to kill people. But I like to think in most cases it's a sick animal. It's an animal that has got too close to people. Maybe it's been feeding on pets because they will. They're very curious. They're a cat after all. I've seen photos and videos of them coming up to people's houses, looking in windows. But one of the things that has happened, as we have wiped out the wolf and the other predators, is opportunists like the coyote. They have come in and taken that spot. So they're coming in and filling the niche that the wolf used to be in. So it's a little interesting that way. They are in Chicago. A lot of large cities have a coyote presence. We have them in my area. They like to go and follow the river. Coyotes, definitely, if you have animals out, they will take advantage of that. We know that they're also breeding with other animals. Wolves have been reintroduced pretty successfully into Yellowstone. And my understanding is they're introducing them into Denver area. Wolves have been missing from the ecosystems for quite a while, over a century, maybe over 2 centuries. I've seen pictures that are really scary. Hunters with just tons of pelts. Makes me a little sad. Not a whole lot I can do about it now. Did we do a service when we wiped them out? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's it was fear. It was basically fear. We didn't want to lose animals to them, so we wiped them out. We knew that's what the wolf did in Europe at times. A mad wolf, a wolf that had rabies, posed an issue because they will attack people. A sick wolf. Most animals overall don't want anything to do with you. Animals may take livestock. Is it a hazard? Yeah. They may learn that that's an easy meal. A female animal that has cubs to feed may take easier prey because they need to feed their cubs. Like, they have to feed their cubs. But we don't see that as something that is okay. We don't see them being there as okay. Our society, if a black bear shows up, it's an interesting occurrence. It's something to take pictures of. We need to have the mindset that predators are here, and how do we live with them? Honestly, I think that's the bigger picture. How do we live with predators? In Africa, there are certain rules, although there they have predators like the leopard. Leopards are another animal that has learned to live with people. Not always with really good results, because they will take people. At times, they will take our pets. I think it's about being smart. Being able to understand that the animals are there. I personally am in favor of predator reintroduction. The problem is we as Americans have not lived with predators. Yes, we have domestic dogs. Yes, we have domestic cats. But we don't live with predators. Florida does, because Florida has gators, and they do have black bears, and they do have Florida panthers. But the panthers are rare. Alligators are everywhere. So there's that. But we don't. The majority of us do not live around these animals. So it makes it a little bit rough. How do we lay aside land for these animals? Do we have the space for wolves to spread out into other areas of the country once we introduce them? If we reintroduce mountain lions into other areas, do we have the land set aside for them to live and to thrive? Do we have the space if we reintroduce grizzly bears into other areas? Do we have the space to reintroduce jaguars into their native habitats? I don't know. I don't have answers to all of that, so what are your feelings on it? Let me know. I'm going to end this because I think my dinner is pretty well close, and I do need to eat. So, yeah. Let me know what you think and I will talk to you later. Goodbye.